All right, this morning something unusual. Republicans, even the Trump campaign, trying to undo some of the damage from Donald Trump's big rally here in New York City. Specifically, comments made by comedian Tony Hinchcliffe. He was invited, remember, by the Trump campaign to speak at this rally. Listen.
I don't know if you guys know this, but there's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah, I think it's called Puerto Rico.
All right, why are Republicans so nervous about those comments right there? Well, it has to do, as I said, with one of the most important voting blocks in one of the most important places, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, you remember the Commonwealth. Joe Biden won it by just 81,000 votes in 2020. Donald Trump won it by 44,000 votes in 2016. So you get the idea. It's really close in Pennsylvania. Okay, there are around 600,000 by some counts, 600,000 Latino voters, I'll put an L right there, in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Around, by some counts, 300,000 Puerto Rican voters in the state of Pennsylvania, the third highest Puerto Rican population in the entire country. You will notice one thing about these two numbers here. They're both way bigger than the margin in Pennsylvania the last two elections. They are a key voting bloc in the Commonwealth. And it's not just the numbers, it's where they are in the Commonwealth. Let's focus in here. Now, the darker the shade, the greater the population. And there are a few places that are pushing 30, 40, 50% Hispanic population. I'm going to circle them right here around these three counties and these two counties here. And if I take out this filter and go back to the main map, what you can see is that 4 years ago, Joe Biden won 3 of these counties. Donald Trump really won 2. And they're some of the swingiest in this swing Commonwealth. Let's just push in. Everyone knows Joe Biden, of course, is from Scranton, Lackawanna County. He got 53% there. It's really tight. Nearby Wilkes-Barre, Luzerne County. Donald Trump won that, but again, 56 to 42, pretty tight there. You go a little bit south here. Reading is Berks County. Donald Trump, 53%, again, very close. Maybe the most telling is Lehigh County. That's where Allentown is. People know the Billy Joel song from Allentown, but Lehigh County's had huge demographic shifts over the years, has nearly a 50% Hispanic population. And you can see Joe Biden won 53% of the vote there, 98,000 votes. He was able to get 17,000 votes more than Hillary Clinton did. This is often seen, Lehigh County, as one of the most important swing counties in the entire country. Huge Puerto Rican population, Kate. You can understand why Republicans are nervous about this campaign. Kamala Harris was in Pennsylvania talking to Puerto Rican voters while they were being made, Kate.
Exactly. It'd be a perfect illustration of exactly what is before us today. Joining us right now to talk much more about it is former Trump White House Associate Counsel May Manlin and longtime Democratic strategist Doug Thornell. It's great to see you guys. May, this joke, non-joke, this happening now, attacking Puerto Rico from the stage, this happening now is part of what is obviously very clearly both campaigns trying to lock in their closing argument. This happening now does what?
It doesn't do anything positive, right? Like, I don't know who this guy is. He doesn't seem very funny. I don't know why comedy has turned to just like picking out various groups and making fun of them, but that sort of is the way that it is, and it's like people need to get smarter. But if you actually listen to what Trump said in his speech, he starts off by, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? Great, that's on message. He says, I'm here with a message of hope. He gives promises a tax credit to essentially women, to home health care providers. These are people who have older parents and often kids. Like, this is a gettable group. So there was a lot of positive that happened. And then you have this random person saying something very not funny. And I don't think he'll be getting a Netflix special anytime soon. So, it's frustrating.
Doug, the Trump campaign did, as John was pointing out, moved quickly to disavow this remark, distancing themselves from it. But at the same time, they also did not move to disavow what else was said from the stage. If we're just talking about in the lead up to him coming on stage, one of his warm-up acts calling Harris the devil and antichrist, another likening her to a prostitute, saying that she and her quote-unquote pimp handlers will ruin the country. That says what and does what?
Well, remember, they approved all these speakers. I assume if they're a functional, competent campaign, they approved what they were going to say on stage. So them trying to push back now is a little bit hard to believe. I think it put the whole MAGA movement on display.
All right, this morning something unusual. Republicans,
Okay,
even the
guys,
Trump
so
campaign, trying
that's
to
a video
undo some of the
of
damage from Donald Trump's big rally here in New
one
York
of
City. Specifically,
the
comments
trending
made by
happening
comedian
in
Tony
Trump
Hinchcliffe.
campaign.
He was invited,
Yeah,
remember,
the
by the
Puerto
Trump
Rico
campaign to
joke.
speak at this rally.
Yeah,
Listen.
the effect of the Puerto Rico joke
I don't know if you guys know
on
this, but
Trump
there's literally a
campaign
floating
and
island of
all,
garbage in the middle of the ocean
right?
right now. Yeah.
So thanks
I think
for
it's called Puerto
watching.
Rico.
So for more, to watch the full clip,
Right, why are Republicans
just
so
go
nervous
over
about those
to
comments
CNN to watch
right
the full
there?
clip. Or
Well,
use
it
the
has to
link
do, as I said, with
in the
one of the most important
description
voting blocks
to
and one of
watch
the
the
most important
full
places,
video.
Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania, you remember the Commonwealth? Joe Biden